So I'm Elizabeth Hobson. I'm a postdoc here at NIMBioS, so I didn't have a very far trip to get here. But what I want to talk about today is some of my recent work with aggression and dominance hierarchies in parakeets, which you may have noticed are not primates and not humans. So you may wonder what I'm doing here, because I feel a little outnumbered. But as you'll see, parakeets are a really interesting system to study the kinds of questions that I'm interested in. And what I want to argue is that understanding cognition and the social knowledge that's underlying the choices of aggression that individuals are making are really crucial to understanding the strategies that they're using to undertake aggression and the complexity of strategies that can emerge from those systems. And so social birds like parrots are a really interesting study system for these kinds of questions because they share a lot of characteristics with some of the more socially and cognitively complex species like primates and humans. And so these are kind of the general social structure research questions that I'm interested in. But what I want to do is reframe them in terms of aggression. So at a basic level, I'm interested in how individuals pattern their aggression and how they choose which specific individuals to target with aggression. And then given the structure of those patterns of aggression, what can we infer about what individuals are actually understanding about the local properties of their aggression networks and the global properties of their rank in the dominance hierarchy? And then given the cognitive skills that are needed to process that type of information, what types of sociocognitive abilities do we expect to appear in those groups, and how did those abilities actually evolve? And cognition, as I said, is really crucial to understanding how individuals make these aggressive targeting choices. Because if you think about an individual here highlighted in a linear dominance hierarchy, the linearity of the dominance hierarchy means that this individual at least has a categorical knowledge of the individuals that are ranked above it and the individuals that are ranked below it. And so this knowledge can be really important in structuring aggression decisions, because this individual then knows who to avoid attacking and who to attack if it wants to maintain its rank in the dominance hierarchy. But understanding a little bit more fine-grained information than that is really important if that individual wants to, for example, improve its rank. So it should target this guy, but not this guy up here. So maybe 1 or 2 ranks above itself would be an optimal strategy for that individual to change its rank. And so understanding more about its own rank and the hierarchy and the structure of that hierarchy then can give it greater specificity in target choice when it gets into those chaotic interactions within these larger groups and within the aggression networks. So I want to highlight just 2 recent results with the work that I was doing with the parakeets that you saw up top. And so first, looking both at cognition underlying the dominance hierarchies, what we can do is perturb these aggression networks in ways that maintain the rank of individuals. And so what we see, very briefly, and I can talk a lot more about this later, is that this is what we expect individuals here to be doing in blue, is what we expect them to be doing if they're just following the dominance hierarchy rules. And what we actually see is they're behaving in ways that are unexpected. And this is evidence of strategic aggression, where they're aggressing against these close-ranked individuals that are slightly lower to themselves and are potential competitors for their own rank. We can also look more on kind of a blow-by-blow sequential analysis of aggression that's occurring through time based on the rank difference between individuals, and look at the strategies that individuals are using to react to aggression that's happened at one time period, and then choose their aggressive target at the next time period. And so we see rules like pile-on aggression, where individuals target the most recent loser, so they're observing what's happened, and also rank opportunism, where they're targeting a higher ranked recent loser. So this is a rule where they actually incorporate the rank information into their targeting choices. So this is more information and more evidence that shows that they're paying attention to the interactions in their groups, and they're also processing and using this more global information about rank. And what we can do then is to use these 2 methods to then look more broadly across the hierarchy and see how other individuals actually understand their social structures, because these dominance hierarchy data are available for a really wide range of species. So this is some exciting new work that I'm getting into now. And I'd be happy to talk about any of that in more depth.